Hello folks, Jonathan Milam here with a trumpet that I've wanted to have for a long time. It is the XO 1600i. I think that's the same model that Roger Ingram, wonderful trumpeter, lead trumpeter, plays. Now when I got this trumpet, I always try and run it with a gamut of mouthpieces and see what's working best. And I was very surprised to see how well it responded to deep mouthpieces, large mouthpieces. Of course, if it's used by Roger Ingram, who's a lead trumpeter, powerful commercial sound, high upper register, you know that it's going to respond well to that. But you don't always know that it will be mouthpiece sensitive as this one is. I'm going to start off, I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different mouthpieces. I'm going to begin with the deepest that I've got. This is a Reeves C2J. I think it's an 11 drill. It's what some trombone mouthpieces use. Very large, very deep, very dark, rich sound, and we'll work our way up towards the more expected commercial type sound. I'm going to fiddle around with a minor, kind of a bluesy little old number here, and playing it again with the Reeves C2J. I almost couldn't get that last piece out. The mouthpiece was just sucking the air out of me. Okay, I'm going to move next to a GR, and this is simply marked as their FD. I think that's Flugel Deep. Works well with the Con Vintage 1, but it also fits nicely in the receiver of a trumpet. And it's interesting as we get slightly smaller drill size, we also get a little more of the timbre that we expect out of a trumpet. Everything with mouthpieces is a trade-off. All right, very interesting piece here. This is a cornet piece. It's the Curry VC Vintage Cornet. But I did get an adapter here recently. It's a GR adapter, and so I can use all of my wonderful cornet mouthpieces in the trumpet now. And I love this piece, a little breathier, slightly smaller drill, I think, but still definitely a nice sound. I've enjoyed that mouthpiece for years on cornets. Just thrilled now that I can use it with trumpet as well. Okay, going now to a really a much more modest piece. Probably a 24 drill. It's hard for me to tell just the way the throat is shaped on this. A great piece. It's the Trent Austin TA, so his early rendition of a trumpet flugel piece. Deep V, but a very usable mouthpiece. And now we're getting more into the mainstream type mouthpieces. Okay, now, mouthpiece I just got a couple of days ago. First time I've had one of these. It is the GR64M. I've been using the MS for a while, had it, and I've got an MX, but this is the straight medium and the tube backboard that GR uses. Nice piece. I still prefer the MS at the moment, but a great piece here, the GR64M. I think it definitely is oriented towards a commercial sound, but with a medium cup, could probably use it for a lot of different needs. All right, last mouthpiece I'm going to use today, it is the GR64 Medium Shallow, trying to give you a side view of that. Definitely more of a commercial type sound. I don't bottom out on this piece, but it gets such a striking sound. When I first tried it, I had an Adams A5, and incredible, incredible sound. I really had to be careful how I was playing that. It just seemed so very powerful. And I think this really is what a lot of people are expecting out of the XO. But I did want to show the other mouthpieces with to let you know just the true diversity. Every horn's different. The XO that you have might not be quite so, but I think this is an extremely mouthpiece sensitive horn. you've got it. From the very deep to the more lead type sound, the wonderful XO made by Jupiter, the 1600i. Reverse lead pipe, bore size of 453, which I think they're calling a medium, awfully close to the 459 size of the Bach Stradivarius. Definitely an open lead pipe. I think it's got a much more open blow than my Bach Stradivarius 190-43, which has the traditional 25 lead pipe. Although it's a smaller bore through here, this really is where you'll sense a lot of your resistance if a horn is stuffy to you. The 1600i, great horn, great horn. Hope you've enjoyed this. Love the comments. As always, take care of yourself and someone next to you. Bye-bye.